before TwitchCon tells me that the event never changed. I did. Looking back at my first TwitchCon compared with these years, I realized that, yes, the venue was changing and the activities, maybe too, but what really changed was the way I was experiencing it. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Elly, I'm a Twitch streamer and a content creator, and I've now attended 4 TwitchCons, all as an affiliate. Over the years, I went through quietly sitting into panels and barely talking to anyone, to meeting incredible people speaking at 2 TwitchCon panels, and finding my own way to experience the convention. Today we're not going to talk about what happened at TwitchCon, but I want to tell you about my way of experiencing it changed over the years, because I think it says a lot about growing as a creator and even as a person. Let's start with the before TwitchCon. If you've never been and you're thinking about going to TwitchCon, if it's worth it, if it's not, here's are 3 questions that I realized while writing down this video that I think would have helped me when I was wondering if going to my first TwitchCon. Number 1. Why did I want to go? Well, I have different answers for this question, but let's start from the base. The first TwitchCon that I went to was the Paris one in 2023, and the first reason why I decided to go to TwitchCon, or I started to think about going to TwitchCon, was because I was seeing people going to TwitchCon Amsterdam 2022, and I said, hey, that's cool. I want to do the same experience. The second reason was because I wanted to learn. I was streaming since 2 years, if I'm not wrong, more or less, and I really wanted to learn more. And what's better than an event organized by a platform you're working on, about the platform that you're working on, to learn about the platform and about the community and about how to build your space on it. The third answer is that I wanted to turn the online friendships that I developed through a screen into in real life ones. And I wanted to meet my friends. Second question is, what did I expect? Well, here I probably absolutely overestimated my expectation on TwitchCon, because I went to TwitchCon wanting to come back as a new streamer with all the tools and all the knowledge that I could have used to keep going with my journey on the platform, and I wanted to come back being a new streamer and being incredible and growing so much and everything. Well, like, Elly, chill, calm down. That was a long journey, as I discovered. The third question is, what scared me? Well, apart the travel, because TwitchCon Paris is actually the first ever travel that I did all by myself, that I organized all by myself, and that I paid all by myself. So it has a special place in my heart. I think the main thing I was scared of was not being able to get the most out of it and not enjoying it 100%. Waste the time, waste the opportunity, waste the money in some ways, because, hey, you pay the TwitchCon tickets, and you pay the train, and you pay the house in which you want to stay, or hotel, or anything, the accommodation. These are the 3 questions that I think they would have helped me to understand better why I wanted to go and how I wanted my experience to be. This is the special thing of TwitchCon. You can build your own experience, and we're going to talk about how. So, Paris 2023. As previously said, Paris was my first TwitchCon ever, and it was special in his ways. It's a TwitchCon that I dedicated to knowledge and to learning things. I followed 5 panels every day. That makes 10 panels in 2 days.
Elly was following university lessons.
Exactly. Why so many panels? Because I wanted to learn. I wanted to get knowledge. I wanted to hear Twitch stuff talking. I wanted to hear other people more successful than me, because, hey, they were talking at TwitchCon about their experience, about the good practice, what to do, what don't. I remember that I think I was averaging around 20 viewers, and I went to the path to partner. I was shooting absolutely high. TwitchCon panels usually last 1 hour, so doing so many panels meant that I didn't have the time for networking. I also have to say that being the first TwitchCon, I was shy as fuck. So networking wasn't really my priority, and I didn't even have the networking mindset that if you want to do Twitch, you should have when you go to an event like this. I remember that when I left the venue on Sunday evening, so at the end of TwitchCon, I felt super happy, of course, a little bit nostalgic, actually a little bit more than a little bit, a lot nostalgic, and I was exhausted. Why? Well, maybe because I tried to do everything that I could have done, because as I said, I wanted to get the max that I could out of it, and well, I followed 10 hours of classes in 2 days, and I tried to meet my friends, of course, and I ran around on the floor between the booths and the brands, and again, TwitchCon is always a lot. So first suggestion that I can give you if you're going to TwitchCon is be organized and take it easy. You have 2 days, and I know that it sounds a lot, and you're not going to be able to do maybe everything that you want to do if you want to do everything, but you can organize it through a balance. Again, you can organize your TwitchCon experience as you want. And then the big reflection that I have about TwitchCon Paris was the assumption that I was making. Again, I thought I would have come home from TwitchCon being a new streamer, and then in 1 year I would have been successful. I remember talking to a friend that was Emma, and we said, okay, next TwitchCon we are going as a partner. Again, shooting high, I like it, never underestimate what you can do, but that wasn't what happened. Rotterdam, 2024. My experience with TwitchCon Rotterdam, the first one, changed completely. I followed, I think, 2 panels in 2 days, and people became the priority. Why? Because I was growing on Twitch, I found in that year between the two TwitchCons many more friends, and I really realized how important the community is when you are building a space on Twitch. You can meet your chat, your streamer friends, or maybe that big streamer that you like so much, and you want to tell them, oh my god, I love your content, I'm a big fan. I still was shy about networking. One really easy way of doing it that I found was actually participating in the networking occasion that Twitch itself organized, like the meetups, the guild ones, so Women and Pride, the co-working community meetup, and any other type of meetups, because they are a lot around, in and outside TwitchCon. And Rotterdam 24 was the first year in which I took part to an after party. After party, as the name says, are parties that take place outside and after the convention. So maybe Friday if there's something before, Saturday night and Sunday night. I think after parties are a really great opportunity of networking, both with friends and other content creators. Note, if you don't have the right contact, actually finding the after parties, it's pretty difficult, but not impossible for experience. My first after party was the Lurk Kit and Once You Once one, because I'm a Lurk Kit creator, so I got the possibility to get an invite. And for me, after parties are great because they are after the convention, and you actually have a space closed and some time that you can dedicate into talking with people without maybe them or you being busy or having to run somewhere because a panel or a meetup or something else to do during the convention. Then the after parties are different. There are super chill dinner or mixers to meet creators and brands, or a real party with music and lights and talking. It's a little bit difficult, but still, it's always a way to do networking. Rotterdam 2025. Well, this TwitchCon is actually special for me because it was the first TwitchCon that I did as a panelist. So, what did become a panelist mean? For me, it meant many things. It meant that I was building something. To become a panelist, you need to have something to talk about, a passion, something that you want to share with the other, maybe you want to teach to the others. That means that you are working towards something and you're working so well that you are at a level in which you can teach that something to someone else. Second means having friends, because I wrote to a bunch of friends being like, hey, do you want to join me on a panel at TwitchCon? And from one side, that also means having friends that actually trust you, because you don't only have to ask them, but they have to tell you, yes, I want to do it with you. Even if maybe they are scared, maybe they don't want to talk in public, maybe it's not something they were thinking about. That is something super powerful, in my opinion. And third, it means that you are turning your online audience into real life. While at home, you have the chat that listen to you talking and blabbering for I don't know how long, depends from the type of content that you do. Being a panelist means having an audience in front of you that is sitting here and paying attention to what you're saying because they are interested in what you have to say. I asked myself if Elly from 2023 would have ever believed it. The honest answer is I don't know. I'd like to think that she hoped for, and I also like to think that yes, she could have believed that. Maybe if not believing it 100%, still have the confidence to shoot her shot. At Rotterdam 2025, something that I will say strange after having 4 TwitchCons now in my backlog happened, because both days I was actually able to leave the venue early. For both 2023 and 2024, I always left the venue at the end of the convention, so 6 p.m. 2025, both days, I ended up leaving TwitchCon 2 hours before the end of the day. I say that I don't know why. I mean, the reason why it happened is because I thought in my brain, okay, I did everything. I don't have anything else to do. So I could go home. So I can go back to the hotel. It was strange, but yes, it was a really nice thing because I never regret leaving early and I always felt satisfied about what I did in the day. Rotterdam 2025 was also the year in which I finally understood first how to networking, but I also understood and developed boundaries for myself and for the others. I learned how important it is to actually be present in the moment and with the people that currently surrounds you. And I'm going to leave this like that because I don't really know how to explain it more. It's just the feeling that I have. Yeah, it's yours. Get out of it, whatever you want to. Rotterdam 2026 was the last TwitchCon that I took part of, again as a panelist, again as an affiliate. And this time actually the experience was a little bit different because I went as an affiliate with partner numbers, because in the meantime I was applying for partner and I got rejected 3 times. On the 4th we got it. But that made me understand that check, well, it can matter, but not having it is not stopping you from reaching what you do. I was sitting on the stage of the Give Please, and I was surrounded by 3 partners, and me, as an affiliate, I was still there talking and sharing my knowledge and the reason why I was there. I was there. That's where I stopped trying to prove myself. Because I saw these people being on a higher level than me, but doing the same things. This TwitchCon, though, was the most exhausting and satisfying at the same time. Something that I always said to people asking me about TwitchCon and mainly telling me, oh, I'm scared I'm not going to be able to meet everyone that I want to. My answer has always been, don't feel bad if you can't meet everyone that you have on your list, because TwitchCon is big and it's only 2 days, the time is short, so it's gonna be normal not being able to meet everyone. I did 3 TwitchCons and I've never been able to meet everyone that was on my list. Well, Rotterdam 2026 actually changed that. I've been able to meet every single people that I had on my list, and I'm going to tell you what I think made the difference. And the answer is community. The reason why I've been able to meet everyone was because I met them in groups. It's not because I organized it. I didn't contact them and be like, hey, group meetup, let's go. I just found them already in groups and at the events that I knew were important for the different type of content or the different type of people. So maybe panels that had speakers that were part of the community, or meetups. And that's really the power of the community. That's really when the community brings everyone together. Even if Rotterdam 2026 was the most exhausting TwitchCon that I ever did, I think I found my balance in organizing it. Now that we talked about all 4 TwitchCons that I took part of, let's go back to my main point. TwitchCon is an experience that you can organize exactly as you want to fit your need and the things that you want to do. You can do 5 panels every day. Maybe you can do 6 panels every day. Or you can do no panels at all and just going around and meeting friends and meeting people and meeting brands. Again, be organized. Have some goals. Have a timetable, a schedule that can be helpful for you, but also for the people that maybe wants to meet you. If they have your schedule, they can know when you're free and maybe they can catch you. Now, if the question is, oh, I don't know if going to TwitchCon or not, what would you suggest? From my point of view, if you are a streamer, partner, affiliate, just streamer, TwitchCon can be an experience. I think is an experience that if you can do, it could be good, it could be interesting, it could teach you something, even just only once in your life. If you're a community member or a viewer, well, that's up to you. It's for sure an occasion to see and meet your friends or the big and favorite streamers that you're following. I think that if I wasn't streaming on Twitch, the possibility of me going to a TwitchCon would have been like 70% possible, and definitely once. I don't think I would have done more. With this reflection, something that I want to leave here for myself, but also for you, I hope that in a few years from now, I can look back at this version of myself and saying the exact same thing. That I changed, because changing is always happening and we're always developing and growing. We're never the same person twice. Now that you heard me blubbering for so long, is up to you. Have you ever been to a TwitchCon? If yes, which one? If yes, what was your experience? What's something that left you? What's something that you learned? I would love to chit chat with you in the comments, as always. Thank you for listening to me, for being here, and see you in the next video. Bye!